Hi, Connie Jo Holmes here with BU2BFULL, Hypnosis and Coaching. This is the place to be to learn to align your mind, body, and spirit for a life of confidence and fulfillment. So thank you for being here. So as always, I have a blog that accompanies this, as well as a free download. So please make sure you look in the description box for all of that information. So this is actually video number 2 in the body series. And this is all part of a bigger rollout, which is the 6-month journey to align our mind, body, and spirit. So if you're just jumping in here now, welcome. But I do encourage you to find the link in the description so that you can go to the beginning where we actually start with our mind. The order is very, very intentional. So, but if you've been following me all along, you're in the right spot. And so this is, again, video number 2 of the body series. And so this is really step-by-step ways to eat healthy. And then the download is actually just a simple menu and a grocery shopping list. All right. So with today's video, you know, I could go on and on about healthy food and the importance of it and all that kind of stuff, but you already know that. Just like I already knew that 50 pounds ago. But the fact is we need to be ready for it. And so that's a little bit more about where I want to spend my time in this video with you. The blog will go into a little bit more about the step-by-step and things like that. The main messages I want to get across with today is how we view food. I really encourage everybody to be able to view food as fuel. Think about putting gas in a car. It's like it's our fuel in our body to give us energy, as well as all of the nourishments that we need so that we can be, do, have, and give all that we want to and need to in this world. So it's really thinking about changing our attitude and our mindset around food. So it's really, you know, purpose over taste, as well as the intention over pleasure. So let me cover that just a little bit. So, you know, prior to somebody eating healthy and having a new way of life, if you were presented with a hot, cheesy, greasy pizza or a pork chop and a side salad, most people would go for the pizza. I get it. I was there myself many decades. But I have to tell you a couple things. Once you actually start eating healthy, you actually crave the healthy food. And then that pizza sitting there, you actually don't look at it as being hot, cheesy, and greasy. You actually look at it as sitting in your stomach and weighing you down and making you tired and not allowing you to do the next day what you want to do. Whereas looking at, you know, the pork chop and the side salad, you know, you look at that as giving you the nutrients and the fuel and the energy that you need in your body so that you can, you know, wake up tomorrow and have a great day and knock out everything that you want to do. Trust me, I know people who aren't here yet are listening to these words and thinking I'm crazy, but I'm not. Please try it so that you can, you know, understand this for yourself. But anyways, so that is really what I want to talk about is how we are viewing food. So again, if we're able to look at food as serving a purpose and having a bigger intention, rather than the 2 seconds of pleasure, you know, that we feel in our mouth when we first take a bite of that cheeseburger or whatever it is, you know, after that original taste and all of that is gone, it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. Whereas, you know, if we're eating something healthy, and again, once you're used to that, you actually crave that. So you will find that actually sitting in your mouth tastes good, but then knowing that it is going to serve a purpose and it's going to give you energy and nourishments that you need. It's actually really just switching your mind with it. The other thing is just to think about how many empty calories we may be drinking in a day. I'm not going to lecture anybody about anything. I just want to say, though, be very mindful of what you're drinking and all the empty calories that might be in it. So just consider that. And then one thing, and this is actually tied to the last campaign that I did, but the first one, rolling out with body. It was very intentional to roll out first with this. I actually have a 30-day tracker for people to track. It was 5 different elements in their day. And just to track it for 30 days, just so that we can all see with our own eyes the correlation between crappy sleep and then crappy eating the next day. Because we're tired, we don't care, that type of thing. Or, deciding that we're going to be a slug and, not exercise or move our body. And then therefore that turns into kind of a negative attitude. Not drinking enough, and then therefore being even more hungry, that type of thing. So that was the reason and the intention behind the 30-day tracker kicking off this body series, was that so people could just analyze it and see it with their own eyes. And that's really kind of the second part of this, is just realizing then, what are the foods that we're putting in our body? What are the fluids that we're putting on our body? And are they serving a purpose? And then really the last thing I want to talk about is just planning our days. So whenever we start a new habit, it's very important to be very present and mindful and to do something towards it every single day, because that's the only way that we're going to ingrain it and create an automatic habit for ourselves. So eating healthy and moving our body is the same with that. But it's so important, and that's why this campaign's free download is a menu and a shopping list. I know that sounds simple, but please download it and use it, because if you just spend, everyone's work weeks are probably a little bit different. So I'm going to talk right now about the traditional, Monday through Friday workday, 9 to 5. Okay. So if you have that type of a lifestyle, maybe Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning while you're having your coffee, make your menu for the entire week. And then once you have your menu, and it's everything, it's your breakfast, lunch, your dinner, snacks that you might have. Once you have that menu in front of you, then you write out your grocery list. This simple little move is going to do so much. So one, you're just going to be so happy come Tuesday night when you kind of had a rough day at work, that you don't need to come home and be like, oh, what am I going to make? What do I have? And no, I got to take this out of the freezer and thaw it out and all that junk. No, you already know that it is going to be, whatever night, pork chop night, or something like that. So you don't even need to think about it. So it is such an amazing time saver. But then also, I promise you that you will probably save money at the grocery store, because you are no longer buying things that you don't need, things that are on sale and you're buying it just because it's on sale, or, you're going to buy something and you're going to find it rotting in the back of your refrigerator 3 weeks down the road because you bought it and you never used it because it wasn't on your menu. But the reason why this is so important is because, if you find yourself hungry, you don't want to have any lull times. You want to be able to move. And so how many times have we not known what we were going to have for dinner or something like that? And so we're like, let's just order a pizza tonight. Well, okay, that wasn't a good, healthy choice. Or we are, not quite sure what we're going to have for dinner, and it's taking longer than we thought, but we're hungry right now. So we go to the pantry and we grab, 5 fistfuls of potato chips. Well, that didn't serve a purpose. Whereas if you had a menu and you had all your stuff there, you just zip on through and you don't have lull time, because that lull time is what gets us in trouble. So, all right, I want to keep this relatively short, so I'm going to end here. But I thank you very much for your time. If you have found value in this video, please like it. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do that. But also click the bell icon so you're alerted when I have new videos. And then please share this with anyone else who you think might find this useful. Thank you so much. Take care.